Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Aristoria, back with me Rehan Azrakim, and today we are going to study about comparative literary history, and this is a summary from book Introduction to Comparative Literature. At the 19th century French, the first one we are going to talk about comparative literary history. At the 19th century French origins of comparative literature as a discipline, some of its practitioners advocated calling it the comparative history of literature. As for the letter's methodology, Ampere distinguished two methods, comparison and filiation. Comparison is a method for highlighting the key features of literary works with the help of parallels and contrasts. Once these methods are applied, literary history stops being both a catalog of publication and a collection of anecdotes, and a classification of writers and work according to their position in time to turn into comparative history. In Le Littérature Comparée in 1931 by Paul van Tingem, he stated that the distinctiveness of comparative literary history, which he called international literary history, lies in its content and organization. Many recent books include the praise comparative history in their title. Interestingly, none of these books provides any explanation of what comparative history means. As if the praise were self-evident, the titles make clear to that a comparative history, on one hand, covers an area larger than the nation, more than one country, the Atlantic, or the world, and on the other hand, may be restricted to a single discipline or theme, philosophy, slavery, and revolution, at the risk of evoking a misplaced sense of vagueness. The links between comparative history and comparative literary history have not been explored, despite the fact that the former has transcended the typical object of general history, such as economy, social structures, commerce, and rich so-called intellectual history, of which Les Roy's thaumaturges is again a case in point. Next to the chapter 8, interastistic comparison, there is an Aristotelian principle that structures this interastistic comparison, that of catharsis, which describes the psychological dimension of the aesthetic, the emotion that the artwork provokes in the receptor. In the study of interartistic, the relationship is easy to fall into the trap of superficial comparison without rigor, but it is also true that semiotic, understood as a general theory of science, can lend the comparative, methodological instrument and conceptual precision. And that's it for our explanation from chapter 7 and 8, and see you again in another video.